So I wrote this poem basically in a stream of consciousness while I was in a sort of sexual assault rehab. And I was feeling really trapped and really angry and all kinds of things and just contemplative. And I had started smoking, and it was a stream of consciousness basically exploring this concept that the thing that we in humanity kind of have labeled evil is actually just people not being able to find acceptance, and then the actions that come from that space. And so it's exploring that, and it's also exploring my own acceptance around my own pain and where I'm at and how much I can handle in a given moment, and just kind of coming to a realization and acceptance that, I have some unhealthy ways of coping. I have some blatant resistance to what is, and I've come so far, and I have released a lot of those ways of coping, and I still have some, clearly, and in order to move past them, there has to be a level of acceptance. There has to be there's no point hating myself or anyone hating themselves for where they're at. Like, we're at where we're at, and sometimes we do need a cop out. So it's just kind of exploring that. And I'm just going to read it over here to myself and allow this to be recorded, because I think it should be documented. I think that it's something that I want to share and that others can relate to. So overwhelmed, so distraught. Expressing my grief and my frantic needs for the one safe hour I have. Shaking, wet cheeks, I exit with the strange, contradictive wash of relief. That release. It's a sunrise. It doesn't change the world, this life, but it did something magical, irregardless. Fire. Swirling gray hieroglyphs. The grass, the hills, the trees, the overpriced identical houses are all so bright today despite the overcast sky. I breathe out a deeper relief. Is this peace only one a drug can provide? I see you. I fucking see you. I whisper to the ever so tacky, elegant, erect entity between my two fingers. I see you so clearly. The slender white shaft, and the tan piece where my lips meet to pull another long, slow kiss of cancer. You are the cop-out. You're the father neglecting to pay child support. You are all the doctors and supposed medical professionals who choose to use humans in their most vulnerable moments as a means to feed their ego and deny their insecurities. You're the two football players who raped me while I lay unconscious in the dirt. You're the energy that drives domestic violence, abusive school teachers, codependency, desperately unhappy marriages that last until death. You are the many nameless dicks I bounced on and pretended to love more than anything. You're the blur of food I couldn't stop eating until I threw up. I see you. I'm choosing you. Another drag. I fill my lungs with you. I let you into my life-giving organs. I want you there. Why? I pull on it again. Despite my judgment that I should make a statement and put it out right now as I call it out for what it truly is. You're the cop-out. You represent so much to me. You're all the times I chose to ignore a red flag. All the times I went out instead of meditating to heal. All the times I let men defile and degrade me in public. All the times I rejected myself before a loved one had the chance to. You're all the times I refused my true nature. All the times humanity refuses nature. We speak death on ourselves. We drink, eat, and smoke death. Resistance. Resistance to what is. That's the cause of what people have coined evil. It shows up as a beautiful, almost too perfect distraction. You're feeling unfulfilled in your marriage, can't admit it to yourself, let alone to her. There's a new girl at work who's down to fuck. Distraction. Resistance to what is. How many ways do we as a unit deny ourselves truth, reality, sanity? Does the earth and its population have to collapse before we can stop resisting the one foundation that's always been present? Our truest nature? This fear plagues me. And yet, I continue. It's too hard. It's too much. I'm choosing you. I see you for what you are. It's fucking blatant. You are the perfect mascot for all the cop-outs. I need you to survive this moment. Lie to me again. After I light you back up.